following is a briefing for the Operation A Mother's Love. At 1800 hours on the 28th of July, Division Zero interrogators Dan Carlson and Scott Bukowski were found dead in an interrogation room at Station Delta 9. The station logs indicate that one of their own field agents was captured after attacking an area patrol with a pocket knife. He appeared drugged and injured several soldiers before being subdued. A sample case was discovered on his person and confiscated. What occurred during questioning is unknown, but the prisoner appears to have escaped his restraints by pulling his hand through one of the cuffs, tearing off several fingers in the process. He proceeded to overpower Butler and Bukowski, killing them. Both men were found with multiple stab wounds from Butler's pen, as well as severe lacerations on the face and neck of an unknown origin. The prisoner was shot several times by station security fleeing the building, but was not apprehended. His whereabouts are unknown. Fireteam Zero is to deploy immediately to Division Zero Station Delta 9 to investigate the incident, which is believed to be artifact-related.
I'm all for secrecy, but Division Zero takes it to a whole new level. They put us on a plane with blacked-out windows, then blindfolded us for the ride to the research facility. Shad let them put the blindfold on as a favor to me, although to tell the truth, I almost let them try to force one on him just to see what would happen. The conference room they took us to looked like every other Army office I'd ever seen. The only indications that this was a Division Zero facility were the steel shutters over the windows and the lab coats instead of uniforms everywhere. Everything was perfectly normal until the alarms went off and then the screaming started. By the time we got into our go bags and geared up, the facility was locked down and the body count was rising. Looks like this briefing just became hands-on.
Welcome back, all you Fireteam Zero fans. Well, I know we lost the last scenario. I say we, I mean me. But we're going to continue on with the next scenario, which basically is the second operation, and it's going to be Act 1, called Betrayal. Now, the second operation is, let's just have a look here, it's called A Mother's Love. And at the end of this little short introduction, I will play the briefing for that comes on the CD. All the information is there if you want to have a look at it. You can pause and take a look, but I'll explain that before we move on to the first round. So, thematically, I'm going to assume that Maxine died, so we're going to take Abe along on this. There's no difference in cards or anything, it just makes more sense to me. Likewise, we'll assume Shad died. Much as I'd like to have taken him into this scenario, I'm going to say we can't, and we're going to take Don, which will make a pleasant change of pace because he's got the grenades. Frank, we're going to say was gravely injured but managed to recover in time for this scenario. So, what have I taken with us? Well, for Abe, we're only allowed, in this scenario, one focus per character and we're allowed no advance cards. So for Abe, I've taken Overwatch, which basically means once per round we can perform an attack action against a monster as a reaction when it moves into your location. For me, this is invaluable because it basically means you can possibly get, if you've got the cards in hand, you can get 2 attacks per round. That's why I always go for that one first. I did hum and haw, but I've decided that's best for us. For Frank, let's get there. I've gone for, as usual, Marksman, which basically gives us the same ability as with the leader, Abe, but it allows us to attack with a space adjacent or within our space. And finally, and this was the hardest decision to make, I was going to go for the flip the coin back up if it's on the if it's on the bad side, but I normally go for that, so I've gone for something different. So I've gone for demolition. When you perform a bomb attack, you may discard a card to reroll all your attack dice. Now I'm not sure how well that's going to work here, because we are up against, let's just move that there so you can see, we're up against bait bags, and they move 2 spaces per turn, or on their turn. And potentially, as we know with the activation dice, that means 50% of the time they're going to move 3 spaces. And if you look at their special ability, that's also moved. So basically 5 times out of 6, they're going to move 3 turns. So I'm not sure how well the demolition ability is going to work there, but well, we'll give it a go. It'll make for a pleasant change of pace. Here's our bait bags, all ready to be deployed. There is 2 per character, so we'll place those on the map in a second. The twist deck is all set up with a new set of twist cards, and we're on the marker for number 1. So, I don't think there's anything more I can say. Basically, as I said, we don't take any advanced cards at all in this scenario, so we're just with the basic cards. I've decided that Abe will be the first player as he's the leader. Also, I should mention that, yes, we have the recon deck all sorted out there. There's 3 objectives for us in this scenario. We have, if we can just see that there, we have retrieve the blood sample, find the traitor, and defuse the bomb. Now this has to be by the demolition guy, so Dom needs to come on this scenario, regardless of what other characters we chose. So for the recon cards, they're already shuffled into the deck, as I said before. So they're well shuffled up, I hope, and I'll let you see me shuffle them again before we start the turn proper. So let's spawn our bait bags onto the map. I won't bother showing you the dice tray. I will just roll, and you'll have to take my word for it. So we've got 2. 2 is, where is 2? 2 is here. That's pretty good. That's quite out of the way of us. We have 8. 8 is going to be 8 is at the exit, which is here. We have 7. 7 is also here, looking good so far. We have 4. 4 is here. Looks like we're being quite lucky at the moment. 2 more to spawn. 4 again. And there we go. And, oh, that didn't go. Okay, there we go. And 11. 11 is over here. Okay, that's pretty good spawning for us. Now, what I will say is the bait bags have a special ability. So we need to bear this in mind. And it's called Rush. It's an innate ability. If it spawns adjacent to a hero, it moves immediately to that hero's location. So, essentially what that means is, I mean, we've been looking at the moment, but if either of our spawn points that we just rolled for now would have been here, or here, 9 or 10, then the monster would have moved immediately into our location there. But we were lucky, and that never happened. So I think that's basically it. We're ready to go, and I will see you on the first turn. And welcome to Fireteam 0, the first turn of Betrayal. So as we know, we're inside this research facility, or whatever it is, it belongs to Division 0. And we're going to try and get through this with as least casualties as possible. Coin is the right way up, check. Recon deck is sorted, check. And the twist, or the threat track with the twist cards, is all done and shuffled. So the first thing we'll do is we'll draw cards for Abe. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's do a little bit of a shuffle. Let's move there so you can see exactly what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we know, there are no advanced cards in the deck at the moment because this is the first scenario. So what have we got? We've got some brawl attacks, we've got bullet with a tactical response, double or, and we've got a couple of grenades. Okay, let's put those on there so we can see what we're dealing with. We'll put the tactical response at the top just to remember that we've got it. Okay, let's move on to Frank. Do a little shuffle so you know I'm not cheating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put those there. What have we got? We're looking for bullets for Frank, of course, as per usual. What have we got? Bullets, bullets, bullets. Yeah, pretty good. 1 brawl attack and 1 grenade. And we've got a tactical response, which actually is pretty good in this scenario. So let's put those up there. Bullets at the top, grenades at the bottom. Sorry about that. And finally, Don. Regardless of what I said before about wanting to take Shad, of course Don is a required character for this scenario. So we're hoping for lots of bombs. Oh, we've got 2 tactical responses, awesome. Okay, that's pretty good. And we've got 1 more grenade and we've got a couple of brawl attacks. Okay, let's put grenades at the top and brawl attacks at the bottom. So our first player, I think, is going to be Abe. So we'll make him the first player. He is a leader after all, so let's go with that. And let's get straight on with it. So, what do we want to do? Let's just bring you over here so you can see what's happening. Oh, sorry about that. And I think, well, we've got a search area here. We've got a search area over there. So, clearly we're going to go for that first. So I think Abe will use his first movement, his first movement point, if you like. He'll move to here and is within 1 space of Patrick, so we can flip this over for free. So let's do that. Flip this over. Let's grab a recon card and see what we've got. Well, it's nothing that we actually want. It's nothing that's going to help us with our objectives. The wrong reflection. You find the lockbox containing only a cracked hand mirror. You look at your reflection and notice that the area behind your reflection is all wrong. When you look away from the mirror, you find that you're no longer standing in the same place. Move all figures in this location to the nearest spawn point on an adjacent tile of your choice. Oh, that's not good. Let's discard that. The nearest spawn point on an adjacent tile of our choice. Oh, we don't really want to do this, so that means we've got to go here, which we're going to be into this guy. I wasn't intending to go this way. My intention was to come this way, but I didn't really want to get there immediately. Okay, I guess the safest thing to do then, I mean, if we bring him here, is going to be with 2 bait bags. So unfortunately, I didn't want to go that way, but I think we have to do that. So we will move him from here, and he will move to position 12. Okay, well, he can't move into this location. He's got 1 point of movement left, or he can move 1 space. Or, as it's called in this game, speed. So 1 speed normally equals 1 space, apart from difficult terrain. This guy's actually in cover. I suppose we could move back out, but I don't see that's going to help us. Oh, flipping out. This is not what I was expecting on the first turn. So I guess I think what we'll do is, because we know we've got a reaction, because of the focus card for Abe, we do have a reaction that allows us, not a reaction, sorry, we do have a focus card. Let's take a look at there. Which once per round you may perform an attack action against a monster as a reaction when it moves into your location. So I think what we'll do is, we will stay there. We will use our actual action to flip this one over, and we may as well have a look at that. Let's try and get through the recon cards as quick as possible. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got Dazed. You clutch your head as a deafening howl cuts right through you. Mercifully, it stops before your eardrums burst. You look around in a daze. What were you doing a moment ago? You can't remember. Discard 1 card at random. Okay, let's discard the recon card anyway. And we have to discard 1 card at random. Why do I get the feeling that we're going to end up discarding the tactical response. So let's just see, we'll shuffle those up and we'll discard one card at random. We'll take the top one, and okay, it's a knuckle duster. So that could have been a lot worse. Let's place these back on here. Okay, grenade with that one. Still 1 point of movement left for Abe. So I guess he may as well. No, I think what we'll do is we'll move him back. At least try and regroup a little bit. We'll move him back to here. Okay, that's Abe's turn done. He can't get into any cover or anything. No. Okay, next person, Frank. I think we better ignore this one for the time being. Maybe try and get around here and at least try and regroup. So let's go with that. Is there anything that will get Frank moving a bit quicker to ignore difficult terrain? No, I don't believe there is. We haven't got anything. The only person who's anywhere near him to assist is Don, and he has got nothing. No, he's got nothing to actually assist with difficult terrain. So I think what we'll do is pretty much the same as what we did with Abe. Frank will move into here. That's his 2 movement points. And he will do his free action because Patrick's here, and he'll flip this one. Okay, so another recon card. This one is Deja Vu. The old rucksack has nothing useful inside, so you toss it aside. You wipe the sweat from your eyes and start to walk away, only to trip over the rucksack at your feet. A chill goes down your back as you search it again. Return the top card from your discard pile to your hand. Good card, but we don't have a discard pile at the moment because we haven't played any cards. So, moving on swiftly to Don. What is Don going to do? Well, whatever he does, he's got to take the specialist with him. So, I think... he can only really move into here. That's the only thing that's going to help us. So that's what we'll do. I think Don will just simply move into there with the specialists. We're a little bit too spread out now because of that recon card, so I'm not overly keen on that, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so that looks like it's the end of the first turn. So we'll go on to the monster phase. Okay, monster phase. First thing we do, we move the threat track to position number 2. And then we start activating the monsters. Well, let's activate the one that is here, because this is the one that's going to come for Abe. So it's going to move 1, 2. Let's go to the dice tray. And that's his special ability. And we know the special ability means basically that he is actually going to move. That's yes, that's correct. So his special ability in this case for the bait bag is that it moves. So he's going to move, like I said, 5 times out of 6. So he will move to here. That means that Abe now can actually carry out his focus ability, which means he can attack a monster that enters this location. So he's going to do that. Unfortunately, I was hoping he'd be able to do that with 2 brawl cards, but we lost one when we had to discard. So I don't really want to use this one at the moment. So I'm going to take the risk. We're going to go for brawl. So we're going to roll 3 dice. We need, let's just have a look. They've got, bait bags have resistance of 1 against brawl. So we need 2, resistance of 1, 3. We need 3 hits. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, 3 dice. What do we get? Oh yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, that means that this fella is actually dead and removed from the board. Okay, let's start with this one. I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 2. And he moves again, special ability. He will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh dear. Okay, so he's going to move into here. They're going to come after Abe, unfortunately. This one, 1, 2. Stay up there, boy. He also is going to move one more space, so he will move to there. This one, 1, 2. Oh, a blank would be good about now. No blank. Let's see, they attack with 2 dice, brawl damage, and it is 0H. There's nothing we can do to help that by anyone. Actually, we can. We can play this one. It's our card, belongs to the leader. Play before minion or elite attacks prevented from attacking. Take 1 unblockable damage. I think we'll do that because I don't want to risk. Okay. Well, we've got a problem. No, the problem being that there's 2. Oh no, I think we're okay. No, yeah, we'll do that. Yes, we'll do that. I was getting confused with the guys down there, but they've got to come out another door. They've got to come out this door here. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll discard that. And of course, we have to take 1 unblockable damage, so we'll lose 1 more card. It leaves us with 1 card in play. Can't afford for Abe to go down. Let's activate this one here. 1, 2. He's going to move again. 3. And then finally, this one here comes out the door. 1, 2. And of course, he's going to move again as well. So Abe is... Abe has got virtually everybody bearing down on him at the moment. The good thing is he can actually move because as long as he's not outnumbered in a space, he can actually retreat. So definitely he's going to be doing that. So that brings us to the end of the monster movement and attack phase. We just now go for a respawn. Let's see where. There's only 1 to spawn, and he's going to spawn in spot 9. 9 is... Oh, 9 is secured, so it can't spawn there. Try again, and it's going to spawn in 5. 5 is... that's not good. Okay, 5 is here. So everybody is coming after Abe. Okay, so that's the end of the first turn. I'll catch you on the next turn.